We want to talk about also the immanence of God and the transcendence of God. And transcendence would be God's how He's higher than creation. He's beyond creation. And immanence would be related to God's nearness or His closeness within creation. And just as a contrast to the biblical teaching, you can look at extremes of this as, like, say, transcendence extreme would be deism, where God is unaware of creation. He's unaware of anything going on in the earth. And an extreme immanence would be where God is pantheistic. Basically, He is identified with His creation. He's the same as His creation, basically. So the Christian doctrine of God has Him as transcendent, but also immanent. So He is outside of His creation, but He's also manifests Himself within the creation. Like even the heaven of heavens cannot contain Him. There's nowhere to escape His presence. If I ascend up into heaven, Thou art there. If I descend into hell, behold, Thou art there. So God is everywhere, and He says He's a God at hand and not a God afar off. So the Bible reveals God as transcendent, but as immanent. And as far as His transcendence, He's beyond our understanding. He does things without number, past finding out. His judgments are, beyond our capacity to plumb the depths of. So how unsearchable are His judgments and His ways past finding out. So we see both of these things, and it's going to create apparent paradoxes within the Scriptures. For example, you'll have God's sovereignty and God's giving man freedom. So you'll have debates going on about those types of things. And some of these things we may have to succumb to the fact that there are mysteries that we can't currently figure out. But the Bible presents both. But we're not going to have an answer to every dilemma that someone poses to us. But we need to stick to the Scriptures. We need to stick faithfully to the Scriptures and show what the Bible teaches about God and about His nature. And if there are things that we can't understand, then that's to be expected. We would expect that His thoughts are higher than ours and His ways are higher than ours, and so that's not a mystery that we would encounter. So don't let's get our theology right, but don't expect to have an answer for every dilemma when it comes to the nature of God, because He is so far above our understanding. So try to keep that in mind, that there's a transcendence that the Bible teaches about God and an immanence that God teaches about God, but not too far one way or the other way. He's what the Christian doctrine teaches both in some respect, and we're going to get a little bit more into the God within time and space, and then God outside of time and space, when we study some of the aspects of the Trinity. So that should be enough for the moment, and then we'll get into those other issues. Right?